We love our pets and want to give them food that is both tasty and nutritious. But have you ever wondered what's in the food you're putting in their bowl every morning?
Well, today we are going to find out. Jim Helms, he's the owner of Jim Helms Dog Pals in Southampton, and he's here to help us break down the nutrition labels on our pets' food. And you've brought one of your pets.
Yep, I have Booker again today.
Hello, Booker.
Oh, he's so
He loves
cute.
to be up on the couch.
So a lot of people, you know, they buy what's on sale or they buy what their dog loves. But what do we really need to look for when we're looking through food products?
Well, just like our human food, you want to read that label and really understand the label. I mean, if you start kind of getting into abbreviations and words you can't understand, you probably want to at least research those. But there's a lot of things you don't want in your dog food. You don't want to see a lot of corn and wheats and byproducts and all these other things because they're basically what they are, leftover that the humans can't use that go into the dog food. So we want to actually understand and read what we're giving our dogs.
Now, there's one thing that we should watch out for. It's a two-word phrase that's not that fun to talk about. It's meat meal. If we see meat meal, you say we should avoid it.
If you see anything that doesn't have a word, what it is, like beef meal, fish meal, chicken meal, some sort of beef fat, okay, if it just says like animal fat or meat, then it literally could be anything. There have been some studies that have tried to prove, and I mean the dog food companies don't want to let you know this, but you could actually be feeding euthanized cats and dogs. They basically go, all this product, this meat, dead cows, roadkill, anything else that you find goes to meat rendering plants. And they just mix it all up and they sell it to whoever wants to buy it. So you really want to look. You want to make sure that there's meat first, okay? And when you see meat, it should say like beef meal.
Describe the actual meat that it is.
Correct. Fish meal, okay, or fish product. If you don't know what it is, the company probably doesn't really know what it is. It's just this mishmax of everything under the sun. Oof. It's not something you want to give your dogs.
So if you're really nervous about all that, can you just feed them raw meat? Can you do that?
Yep. What I do is it's hard, and raw feeding is not as simple as just going out there and buying chicken and throwing it on the dogs in the dog's dish. You do want to make sure they get their full nutrition. But like what I do is, my life is really busy. I do use a higher quality dry kibble, and then I will give them raw meats as well, and some people are strictly raw foods. Like what I do is, I know that my dog food costs me $1.79 a pound to purchase, and that's a good quality food. So when people hear that price, you actually feed less than a cheaper dog food. But what I do is, now I'll look at the grocery store. Okay, they got chicken legs for $1.07, or oh, actually I'm buying it right now, 89 cents a pound. So I'm actually saving money, and I'm feeding a better product.
Is there a certain way to prepare the food if you're going to feed your dog raw meats?
Yeah, throw it in the dish.
That's it. All you need to do is throw it in the dish.
All I do is, like I say, I buy livers, I buy raw marrow bones, I buy chicken. I literally open up the package and I throw it in their dish. People are worried, and sometimes I still think, oh my God, because I'm 50 years old, I've heard all these stories, I grew up this way. You never want to feed cooked bone of any type, whether it's beef bones, chicken bones, fish bones. But as long as it's raw, it's actually pliable and the dogs can actually chew it and eat it. So I will actually look for that chicken that's on sale, or that beef liver or something like that, and I literally open up the package and I throw it in my dog's dish.
And why is a raw bone or something like that better than a cooked bone?
Well, when you cook a bone, what happens is it actually dries out the bone, makes it more brittle, and it becomes a lot sharper and more able to damage the insides of your dogs. But the uncooked bone is pliable, and they can actually chew it. I mean, animals have been doing that for, I don't know, probably millions of years. And they've done really good.
Well, they say don't feed your dog the table scraps, but what sort of scraps then, I guess, are okay? Because you're saying the dog needs to eat meat, or a cat for that matter, but what about raw vegetables and things like that?
My dogs get raw vegetables all the time. One of my dogs learned last year how, with my wife, pick blackberries off the vines. He will actually go out there with her and very gently pick that blackberry off and eat that. Yeah. But we feed them, I mean, vegetables almost every single day.
You know, it's funny, my dog does the same thing with blueberries.
Yep, yeah.
Just pick them right off the blueberry vegetable.
My dog doesn't like any sort of berry.
Well, you're going to have to turn your dog on to fruits and vegetables. Jim, thank you so much for joining us. This is really interesting facts.
I didn't know any of that.
Coming up on Massive